want to welcome you to the Ask Jeff YouTube channel. Here's today's question. How long were the Israelites in bondage mentioned in Exodus 12:40? From the time of Abraham or Jacob? Well, obviously, when the question is submitted the way that they are, I don't have the opportunity to dialogue with whoever submits it. But in Exodus 12:40, it says that the time of bondage was 430 years, not 430 years from Abraham or from Jacob. So kind of a little muddy water there. But I think what is important there is we typically reference 400 years. The technical time was 430. Now, why is this important? Because we typically reference that the time of the wilderness was 40 years, but technically, if you look at the time frame from the first hitting and the second hitting of the rock, it was 38 years. Now, why is this important? Because oftentimes, and I know this was not the intent of the question, those that are critical of the biblical text and not necessarily complimentary often look at numerical values as apparent discrepancies. But here's what I think is important. There's a difference when the Bible makes clear the exact number of years or number of persons and when it is using a round figure to give us a period of time. So for example, all throughout it'll talk about the Israelites were in the wilderness for 48 years. Well, technically it was 40 years, but they wandered for 38 because the last 2 years they were directly on a mission to go to the promised land and get everything in order. So at the end of the day, 430 years. Now remember, that passage begins in Exodus where there came a time where a Pharaoh who knew not Joseph. So again, 430 years, long time. We typically say about 10, maybe technically 11 generations. Here's the thing I want you to hear as I close this question. When the Israelites crossed the Red Sea and went into the wilderness, we always like to give them a hard time. I mean, after 430 years, don't you desire freedom? But I want you to think about this. There wasn't a single person, including Moses, by the way, who came through the Red Sea, who'd ever known anybody, who'd known anybody that had been free. They had no idea what it was like to live in freedom. 430 years. And so maybe today you're struggling with bondage, addiction, struggle, and you've never known what it's like to be free. Here's the good news. God still frees people who've never seen or experienced freedom. Y'all have a great day. If you have a question, send to askjeff.net. Maybe your question will be tomorrow. Thanks for being a part of today's daily question. Now, we answer a question each and every day. Please feel free to submit a new question at askjeff.net. We may not have gotten to yours today, but we eventually will continue to be a part of this. Subscribe so you don't miss out on a question every day.